Hey guys, what's up? Daniel here. Today we're taking a look at the Galaxy Z Flip in the black color. We will be taking a look at the other kind of purpley hueish color in the next video, but for now we're going to be unboxing this black color, taking a look at it and kind of going over the specs and seeing how cool it is or isn't, and to see if it's worth the crazy $1,400 price tag. So of course we got the box. You saw that kind of cool design with the Z there, and let's just go ahead and get right into this and open it up. Right here it does just say the future changes shape, meet your Galaxy Z Flip, and kind of just talks a little bit more about that and how special you are for getting the Z Flip. So here, upon opening it up, it comes unfolded, which is cool. It says not to press the screen or the front camera lens with a hard or sharp object such as a pen or your fingernail. When folding the device, do not place any objects such as cards or coins or keys on the screen, of course. The device is not water or dust resistant, so don't expose it to liquids, of course. And don't attach any adhesives such as films or stickers to the main screen. And it also says that your device contains magnets, so keep it away from medical devices, etc. Let's go ahead and pull this up and just kind of pick it up real quick. And let me feel this, just kind of first impressions. It feels really, really cool. It's definitely thinner, you know, than a lot of devices nowadays, and I actually prefer that. One of the reasons that I like my iPhone 11 Pro here is that it's a little bit thinner than some of the kind of thicker devices that we have now, and I do like that. I definitely prefer the thinness of this screen though. I really like it, and it is of course extra long, but I do really like it. It's easy to hold right there. And let's see here the back. You can see right there. Let's go ahead and remove this film so that we can take a close look and actually fold this device. So two parts right here. I guess unfolds like this, and there we go. Nice. Let's go ahead and put everything back how it came and ready. So let's go ahead and just click the power button here on the right hand side so it boots up. And there we go. Samsung Galaxy Z Flip. It runs for, or retails for, $1,480. Whether that's worth it or not, I guess we shall see, and over time I guess we'll see too. It is most likely the case that this will be much more affordable in just 6 months or so. The tech is advancing so fast that it should go down in price quite quickly. So it's not really something that you'll have to wait long for it to get to a solid price, that it's more affordable or more easy to attain. Now, of course, here on the camera, you can see there is a lot of glow or shine to it. That's because the screen isn't like your average super like kind of glassy screen. This is kind of a plasticky screen. This is not something that you get with your top of the line screens on your S20, S10, or iPhone 11 right here. So you are gonna get that here because it does, Samsung is saying that this is kind of like a glass display of sorts. However, I'm pretty sure it's just kind of like a glass plastic mix of sorts that, of course, you still gotta be careful. And while it is much better than what we got with the Fold and the Motorola Razr, it's definitely just not gonna be as sustainable or as hard to scratch as the iPhone 11 Pro or any kind of top of the line device out right now. So impressively, it's been a couple minutes and I haven't folded this over, so let's go ahead and see here. And there we go, and it folds closed. Let me tell you, that is just super cool. It really is super cool that you can just fold it there. The crease is definitely kind of noticeable when you shine it on light. However, I think when I'm using it straight on right here, like just kind of straight on, it's barely noticeable. I definitely can feel it a tiny bit, just a tiny bit. Nothing that would get maybe too annoying on daily usage, but the fact that I can just close it like that is just super cool. And that little display on the front looks super cool. Either way, let's go ahead and see what else is in the box. So right here it says 1 year of screen replacement if it breaks somehow by itself when it's in warranty or whatever, and then some other info of out of warranty screen replacement or whatnot. We have a charger here that should be a fast charger. What else do we get in here? We get the lightning cable to charge your phone. We also get here some headphones that are USB Type-C from AKG and some ear tips as well with that, which is very nice for them to include. And then let's see here. And then a little just USB to Type-C, that way you can transfer your data from older phones, which you get with every Samsung device. One of the things that I forgot is that there must be something else in here. Hold on, where'd it go? the little cap. Yeah, this happened to me too with the Galaxy Buds. They're putting this thing up top, and I'm kind of missing it. So let's open here, and in here, I've just broken it. Nice job, Daniel. So in here, we're gonna get the case that doesn't want to come out. There we go. And I've completely broken it. So let's check out the case here. You can see it. It's a nice smoky black case with some accents, which is nice. So let's just go ahead and put it on. I should have put it on as soon as I took off the plastic, but let's go ahead and snap it on. Just goes on like so. And then other side, see here. Oh, there's some sort of protective. Interesting. The other one must have had that too. Is it so it doesn't slide off? Maybe some adhesive of sorts? Let me see the other side. Yep, this side has it too. Very interesting. There we go. Of course, now one of the cool things is that we now have the future phones of what these devices. Wow, this one just broke. This thing had lasted a very long time and it just broke. It just kind of came out. Interesting. Huh. I never had that happen before. But either way, now we're back to fidgety phones like what we used to have in the past. One of my favorites was definitely the Sidekick. This is one that I never actually kind of bought, but I always wanted, so I bought it on eBay for like 30 bucks, which is cool. And of course the Razr, this was one of my first phones. Not my first phone, but one of my first phones. Definitely the first phone that I saved up for and spent a ton of money on. This was like, I don't know, $600, $500, I remember, off contract with AT&T or cellular, something like that. But we're back to it now. Here we go, size comparison time. You can kind of see it there compared to the original Razr. See it here compared to the Sidekick. So very similar, honestly. Look at the thickness of the devices. It's thinner than the Sidekick and almost as thin as the Razr. So it's really impressive. It's definitely thicker than any kind of main phone nowadays. However, it's still super impressive. Here's the iPhone 11 Pro. Definitely you can see it's twice, if not more than twice as thick as the iPhone 11 Pro right here. And it's gonna be the same with the S10 or S20s. Now, of course, one of the things we gotta test out is if I can open it with one hand. Kind of, not really. Kind of, not really. Definitely has a strong hinge, not really something you'd wanna maybe flick open like this. One of the reasons I'm kind of flicking a little bit extra is just because I don't wanna puncture it here with the fingernail. So you kind of have to open it here. I feel like maybe with a little bit of practice I could get this. I remember when you first got the Razr, it was kind of hard. You have to get used to doing that. And yeah, but you kind of never felt like you're gonna mess up the screen either. And this is plastic right here. So I don't know. This is just a really expensive phone to try that out with. But I really see no issue with, honestly, with opening with two hands. There's really no big deal with it. It's still a big phone, it's a big screen, you're opening up to kind of get into it. So I'm gonna go ahead and set it up, then we'll take a closer look at the OS and go over some specs. All right, so I just finished setting up the phone and I actually figured out why the screen was looking like that. And that's because I have an ND filter here on my camera lens. So if you go ahead and unscrew this, you'll see that I figured it out and it won't happen again. And there we go. So now the screen is looking perfectly fine on both right here. So you can see that there. That's how I figured it out. I kind of pointed the screen at that camera that doesn't have an ND filter and then boom, there we go. It's fixed. So it was just kind of like an issue between the two things. And now you can see the screen perfectly. Regardless, the screen looks stunning. It looks really good. You wouldn't think that this is, you know, any lesser really, unless you were comparing it possibly side by side with something like the S20. It looks really good. It's really vibrant. The blacks are really deep. Everything looks really great. So yeah, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the specs here. It does have a 6.7-inch display. Now I don't really know all the specs, so I'm just gonna go over here some of the things that it has. That cover display on the front right here, it's a 1.1-inch Super AMOLED display. And it has a 303 ppi, so it doesn't look pixelated or anything. It is a touchscreen display, which for some reason, there we go. That's just there to tell you notifications and stuff. Let's click on that settings icon. Oh, this is just kind of just, yeah, you can go through your notifications, which is kind of cool as well. So let's go ahead and open that back up. We have a fingerprint sensor right here on the right-hand side. That's what I set up to unlock it, just because I really like fingerprint sensors. And I don't know if that unlocks it before you open it. Let's see. No, you have to open it and then click the fingerprint sensor. So that's kind of neat. You can do also face unlock. It does have a speaker grill up here at the top, or not really a speaker, but a mic, you know, for your phone call so you can hear. At the bottom we have the speaker, so it doesn't have dual speakers. You only have a mono speaker, which kind of sucks, but it's not really that big of a deal. On the back, we do have a 12 megapixel camera, which is wide and ultra wide. On the front right here, we have a 10 megapixel front facing camera, all of which should take decent pictures or really good pictures. I mean, it's not gonna be bad. It's gonna be comparable, if not, maybe even a little worse than the S10 or so. So it's gonna be around there. It's definitely not gonna live up to an iPhone 11 Pro or the S20 that is coming out soon. One of the neat features here of the OS, which it is running Android 10, and then also One UI 2, is that you can fold this right here and you can see the viewfinder. It kind of shrinks up there so that you can use this now as a kind of even take selfies with it and whatnot. So if I flip the camera right here, I can see myself right here. And let me tell you, it doesn't look that cool in person, but all of this is magnificent in person. It is really cool. And it might be just because I love technology so much, but I don't think it is. I feel like anyone that picks this phone up is gonna be blown away by it. And if it was the same price as any of your current flagships, I feel that people would go out and buy this instead of possibly an S10 or an iPhone 11, just because it is really cool. In a lot of cases, I think this works really well as a daily driver. Who knows how long it's gonna last, but people switch their phones every 2 years anyway, 1 year. So we'll see. I think one of the things that's gonna suck is possibly the resale value, given how fast the tech is evolving. As far as what's inside, there is a Snapdragon 855 Plus, which is definitely last year's tech, but still plenty fast enough. Definitely faster than the Razr that came out, which I didn't even check out because once I saw the specs, the price, and the fact that Motorola only released it in Verizon, I was just like, Motorola doesn't even care. They know this thing is just not gonna work out, and it's not gonna work out. This is already way better than the Razr. I do like the form factor of the Razr, however, everything about the Razr is worse than this. The crease, you don't really feel it while using it. While I was using it when setting up, it's not really a big of a deal, and it doesn't look as bad as kind of how you see right there in the video. When you're actually using it in normal lighting and not studio lighting like this, it's barely noticeable, if not noticeable at all most of the time. Now, one of the cool things is that it does have a 33 milliamp or 3300 milliamp hour battery, one battery here and one battery here, which is neat. That should last about all day. And especially given the fact that the display is locked at 1080, and that should help. And the A55 Plus is a good processor inside for this phone. So there you go. There you can see it full of smudges and everything. Let's go ahead and remove the case one more time to take a look at that glossy black finish. I think I should have shown that a little bit more. And this video ran a little long, but who cares? Honestly, I'm just showing the phone and I'm kind of really just excited to see it and talk about it. I wish that little display on there was on all the time, just so I don't have to tap on it, because you can see there. Either way, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. That is the Galaxy Z Flip in the black color. It's definitely really cool. It's super expensive, but it all feels really great. And of course, this is just an unboxing and first impressions, not much more than that. It might have ran a little long. Hopefully the next one I make on the other color doesn't, but you can kind of see it there. Really nice device. Let's fold it back up with one hand. There we go. Open it with one hand. I'm just afraid, I think I could open it faster if I just committed to pressing on the screen, but I really do not want to do that with such an expensive phone. But yeah, you can do it. It's just not that easy, but it's nice because you can move the hinge and leave it in certain places. I do prefer that than being able to just flick it open, because you can still just flick it open with one hand, and that's not a big deal. And I guess we'll see just over time if the screen will get damaged. I'm just not willing to kind of poke the display here to try to open it up. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to